Hello boys and girls. We all know that plastic can be a problem, is a problem. So how about we turn it into a positive for the environment by creating a bird box? Now wooden ones are not only expensive, 5 or 6 years they've rotten away. This will still be providing a home for birds in decades to come. You know, turning what would be landfill for decades into something positive for the environment. Let me run through what it is. It's really simple and you can have it done literally in minutes. On the lid, we simply have an awl. Now, to cut this awl, if you've got a piece of equipment like that, drill straight through, lovely. If you haven't, you're good with you can mark a circle, drill and cut out. If you're good with a craft knife, cut it out. If you haven't got any of that kind of stuff, just a simple skewer or screwdriver heated up over for adults, over a lighter or something, and this will just pierce through. And that's your front, easy. The main body of it is, and again you could use this or drill, and we want holes in the bottom, and this is obviously where the chicks that can't leave have got to do their business in here, so the wee can get out. Also, in summer, the hot air can come and the cold air can go, so there's a nice circulation of air in there. The only other thing aside from them is your fixing hole. Now I'm using tie wrap here because it's going to a post, or this could be trellis or something that's hidden away in your greenery somewhere. Remember, if you're putting it on a tree, that if you use this, you will have to keep changing it or you will strangle your tree. So you might just want to put one hole in and a brass screw, and that shouldn't harm your tree. Maybe one at the top and one at the bottom, but brass screws, they won't rust and won't harm your tree. That is the essence of it. So if you want, crack on, get going now. If you want to hang around, I will run through turning a box into this. Pre-drilled hole. Almost. Okay, we have this little hole. Now that might be worth a little research because it will be smaller than you think, and it will determine the kind of birds that you want to attract in there. Perhaps kids can do some research on that online. That's the front done. Now the main body of it is simple enough. What we need is the drain holes. Now if it's easier to come in this side, but if you do, you're going to leave spiky bits on the inside, so I would recommend going from the inside out. Sorry, I should have had that ready. So what we're going to do is a series of 3 holes, then another 3 holes, then another 3 holes, moving up, so there's quite a lot of drainage and thing in there. So I'll just start drilling this, but it is this simple. Through, and through. That's what drill can pause. Okay, we have just 9 holes there. You can put quite a few in there, it doesn't really matter. It's mainly to let the stuff go out. So now that's marked as the bottom, just as this one is marked as the top. If you've cut this out, make sure it's nice and smooth for the birds, and be careful not to split it because plastic, you know, can pinch. So that's the front. What you can do here is you take a smaller or a bit of wire or something, drill a couple of holes here and run that through, and it gives them a little perch to stand on. It isn't necessary, but it is an idea if you want. And that's the bottom. Now, well, the only other thing we need to do with the bottom is we've got to fix it. So what I would recommend to do is at least one there, if you're going to nail it to a post or something. If you're going to a tree, maybe 1 or 2 holes, and brass screws. What I'm going to do is use, as here, tie wrap, because it's going onto a trellis, so it doesn't really matter and it'll last an age. So now we know that this is the bottom towards the top. Just I need a better drill, I think. Just 2 holes. Now remember how a tie wrap works, and we want to keep the workings on the outside, so it's as little mess on the inside as possible, he says. And that is it. That is it. That'll tie to your post. And now remember, obviously that's the bottom and that's the top. You can put a little bit of things in there to start it going that will filter the baby chick poo out and let the water flow. And like I say, it'll allow the air to flow up and the hot air to come out of the top there. Now the next bit is, and remember, you can obviously clean this out and it will last decades and decades. The only other thing really is to paint it. It's got to be waterproof because it's outside, so a gloss, that kind of thing would work. If your kids want to paint it up and use acrylic, say, you might want to varnish it so it don't all wash away in the rain. And paint them like this, so there's none of the toxics actually on the inside of the thing. So I'll just have a quick show on this. I did this in camo. You can do it in solid black, whatever you got. It's just I happen to have this green knocking around, so we'll do the same again. I'll do it in camo, and it's just as simple as that. 5-10 minutes, it's dry. And the same here. And again, remember, if you've got gnarly bits, just to get rid of them, they're no good, and you want nice clear holes. Make sure your holes are nice and clear. Use a file or something just to make sure those are good. The same thing upside down, and spray. Now this wants to be quite dark on the inside, so if you've got to do a couple of coats, that's okay. Give that 5-10 minutes, it's dry. Then you can add a bit of camo in, any colour you want. Front goes on, like this one, as we made earlier. And remember, holes to the bottom, 6 o'clock. Main entrance, 12 o'clock. And it's ready to go. Ready to go, 5 minutes, and you've got something. But if you do it, let us know. If you have joy in bringing birds in, please do let us know, and have fun turning toxic waste into habitable home. Thank you.